Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison Reid. If you're new here, I do post 3 to 5 times a week, and I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Tarte Clay palette. This is the face shaping palette. Now, this palette does retail for $46, so it is on the pricier side. But when you open the palette, you do get 3 bronzers, and it does come with 6 like grayish and brown shades. And then it does have these like matte shades that are just a little bit lighter, and I feel like those are mostly used for base color. Alright, so if you guys would like to see my full review of this palette and want to know how I got this look using this palette, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. So I have tried this out once, and one word to describe this is pigmented. Alright, so the first shade that I'm going to be using, this bronzer shade in the color Terracotta. It's just a very, almost a warm tone bronzer, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to be applying this with my Morphe R2. And I do have a Morphe brush video if you would like to see that. I will link it up here somewhere so you guys can click on that. Alright, so I'm just like barely going to pick up any product, and I'm just going to tap it off because this is very, 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 very pigmented. Alright, so I'm just going to start this in my hairline. Oh, do you see that? Like, did you guys see that? Like, very, very, but you see how easily it blends? Like, and a really good trick when applying your bronzer, just dab it on your hand before you go on your face, just so you get that excess product off. You know, just so we don't have any, like, dark spots on our forehead that look, like, ridiculous. Alright, so now I'm just going to be picking up my Morphe R10, and this is my contouring brush, and I'm just going to be picking up that same color, and I'm just going to be working this on my cheekbones. Oh, do you guys see that? Like, that was just applied that product so beautiful. She is pigmented. Alright guys, I absolutely love that bronzer. Like, can you say pigmented? But I really, really love it, and I might have used a wee bit too much, but that's just because when you pick the product up with your brush, you honestly have to make sure you tap it off like a lot, because when I was going to put it on, it was just like picking up a lot of product, but that was because it was so like creamy and pigmented. Alright, so to contour my nose, I'm going to be using the color Desert right here, and I just really, really like this color. I don't want to use such a warm tone on my nose. I don't usually like warmer tone bronzers on my nose that much, so I'm just going to use this Desert color. It's honestly more of like a cool tone bronzer, so I think I'm just going to go in with that, and hopefully I like it, because I don't know if I've ever contoured my nose with that kind of color, but we're going to see how it goes. Oh, and to contour my nose, I'm going to be using the M330. I actually just got this brush, and I just thought that it was kind of pointy and it'd be really good to either do a crease color with or contour my nose. And it honestly looks so much bigger on camera. Well, I guess that way it doesn't look as big. Alright, I'm just going to take my Morphe E22 and just blend this a little bit, because wow, those colors are so pigmented. I would definitely have to get used to using a palette like this. I don't know, it's just so like pigmented. Usually like when I'm using bronzer, I like go in and then like put it on, but this, it's like you have to be so careful because like the product is creamy, but I actually like it. Okay, I really, really like that color for contouring my nose with. Like, yes, that's like the best color to contour my nose with personally, because I just really do not like to put too many warm tones on my nose, and honestly I feel like it makes my nose look bigger, or it kind of like draws attention to my nose using warm tones for my nose contour. So yes, I really, 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 really love that. Alright, now I'm just going to clean up my contour with my damp beauty blender. Clean. Alright, now I'm also going to be cleaning up my contour on my cheeks as well. Alright, so first things first, I'm just going to be picking up this color Solstice, and I'm just going to be putting this under my brow bone. This is just honestly going to make my brow bone look super, super nice. And this is what Solstice looks like swatched on the back of my hand. It's just a very, very, very matte white, and it honestly can be used for like the best base color ever. But for today's look, I just want to use it up under my brow bone, and then afterwards I'm going to put some highlight over it, so it'll just look super, super bright and uplifting under my brow bone. And I actually saw Makeup by Mario doing this, and he is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. And so, I mean, if Mario does this and it looks bomb on Kim Kardashian, it has to look bomb on me, right? Alright, for my transition color, I'm just going to be picking up this color right here, and the name of it is Instinct, and it's just a very almost like a nudie color, and I just feel like this would be really good to like add some contour and depth to my eye first. So I'm just going to go in with this on my Morphe M433. Okay, so you guys are going to have to excuse how the bronzer looks on my forehead, because when I first initially put this on, I kind of put way too much on and I tried to blend it out, and then it just made me have dots everywhere because I blended it too much and I kind of messed it up. But if I would have had a lighter hand in the beginning, it wouldn't have done this. So just please ignore how my forehead looks right now. Alright, and using the same brush, I'm just going to be picking up the color Stone right here. Alright, now I'm just going to be picking up my E22 just to blend this color out a little bit. I don't really want it to be too harsh on my eye. I like dark colors, but I do not like them to look so harsh to where it looks unblended. So I just like to blend the very top of it, just so it has that nice gradient effect. Alright, next just picking up my Morphe M506. I'm just going to be picking up this contour shade right here. I just feel like this will make a very good crease color just because it's so dark, and I don't really want to go into grayish black route today. I kind of want to stick to more neutral brown, so I'm just going to go in with this color. One thing I will say about this product is, as you can see, powder kind of gets everywhere when you pick up any product, so you can see it kind of like got all the way up there to the top of the palette, and that usually means that it's like super pigmented, but it also can come off a little bit powdery. And I honestly think that's why the bronzer shades kind of like were so pigmented. It was kind of hard to blend a little bit. So that's just one thing I would be careful of, but that's not saying that it's a bad product. That's just saying that they're very pigmented, and usually anything with a lot of pigment has that powderiness to it where it just kind of like has a lot of kickback and whatnot. So you just want to make sure you tap your brush off really good before using any of these shades in the palette. Okay, so without blending and just applying that color, yeah, the bronzer shades I think are maybe a little bit more pigmented than the eyeshadows, and I think maybe the bronzers are the ones that have the most kickback. Like, as you guys can see where I picked up this eyeshadow shade, there's not as much kickback as there is in the bronzer shade. So, alright, so now I'm just going to be picking up my M441, and I'm just going to blend this out a little bit just so it doesn't look as harsh. Alright, so for my bottom lash line, I'm just going to be using the color Stone again, and I'm just going to be working this all across the bottom. Alright, so I went ahead and created a cut crease, and I'm just going to be going in with the color Solstice, and I'm just going to be packing this all over my eyelid. Okay, so for my final thoughts, I really love this palette. It's so great. There is a bunch of matte shades in the palette and also 3 bronzer shades, and for $46 you honestly can't beat it when you're getting such a pigmented product. The bronzers you will have to be careful with, as I said before, just because when I was applying them I just picked up way too much product, so you just want to make sure you have a light hand when using the bronzers in the palette. But as far as the eyeshadows, they blend super easy. They're really creamy, and if I made a mistake, which I made a couple of mistakes on my eyes, they blend it out really easy. So that's really important when you're looking for a eyeshadow palette. Alright, so I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and as always, if you would give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!